Hey everybody, welcome. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean. I am doing my best to get everything ready for today's class. I hope that you are ready as well. You'll see in the description that I recommended that you have some light weights, and I also recommend that you have some slightly heavier weights. The light weights are going to be for a move where our arms are out nice and wide and we're just rotating through to start to burn out a little bit more of the shoulders. And the heavier weights are going to be for moves like rows. And you might need something a little bit in between for your fly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. We got 5 exercises today. We're going to do each of them in Tabata style. So I'm going to give you just a second to grab those weights to make sure that you have some water nearby. I'm just going to check and make sure that everything is streaming properly over here on the interweb. And then we'll get right into the warm up. Uh, Pardon me if you hear Uncle Buck like whining like a banshee in the background. It feels a little lovely dark in here today. Bum, ba, da, bum. Live. All right, here we go. So let's start off my favorite way, a nice little lateral side to side step tap, giving yourself some really big intentional shoulder rolls. Just starting to warm up the whole body, taking some space away from our desks. Go ahead, change direction of your amazing shoulder rolls. If it's challenging for you to get both of them at the same time, you can always switch to those awesome individual shoulder rolls, which you know I love because I feel those a little bit more down through the lats. Great. Go ahead, plant those feet, take a big reach up overhead and tap the same toe out as the hand is reaching. So let's start off slow, just really finding that reach, a little bit of a twist from the center line of the body. And once you've found that extension, we're going to speed up this move. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Get ready to press through at shoulder height. So just pushing through. I'm pressing with that palm like I'm closing the door. Ooh. And keeping the chest lifted, shoulder blades squeezed. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's tap onto those toes. So toe and then lift up, tap your toe and then lift up. You can take a bend in your knees if you need to, or you can keep those legs nice and straight. I want you to make sure that you have that core drawn in since we're hinging forward, and we want to protect that lower back by bracing through the belly. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Lift yourself up. Inhale those arms all the way up overhead. Go ahead, relax one arm down. Reach over to the opposite side. Inhale back up through center. Exhale the opposite arm down. Reach over to the other side. Starting off nice and slow right here. As you're reaching side to side, think about keeping your chest forward to the wall in front of you, as opposed to collapsing down towards the floor. So eye gaze stays forward. Let's get one more on each side. Last one. Both arms come all the way up overhead. Exhale. Interlace those fingers behind your back. Stretch those knuckles down towards the floor. Big lift of your chest. Maybe even reach your hands away from your glutes. Carefully release, and let's just cross one arm over the other. Coming back to those nice lateral side to side step taps. We'll get one more. Let's get 2 more moves in our warm up. We're going to do a little bit of marching. I love a good march. So next we're going to focus on starting to get that heart rate up by marching in place. Think about bringing your heels all the way down towards the floor. I know sometimes when I'm marching, I tend to stay on the balls of my feet. But if you can work to release the heel down towards the floor, you can stay in one place if you need to. But if you move forwards and backwards, we're going to get that heart rate up a little bit faster. Let me tuck my shirt in like a winner. No, let's tuck my shirt in like a winner. Great. Gonna delayed reaction. Start the timer for class today. Awesome. We're going to spend just about 20 more seconds with some sort of march happening. You can march to the corners. We're getting a little bit of back movement. I think it's so good for the glutes to do a little bit of backside marching. Remember, if you need to, you can always stay in one place. We're just warming up the body. And next up, we've got some jumping jacks. So if you don't want to actually jump those jumping jacks, or if you're like me and you live on the second floor, you can always tap it out side to side. I want you to focus on getting those arms all the way up and all the way back down towards your thighs. So maybe you're tapping side to side, maybe you're jumping those jacks, or maybe this is one of my new favorite intermediate moves is just like a little bit of a hop. And you're doing what feels right for your body today. Intermediate is really just a word. Because I want you to find the challenge that feels good. We all have different strengths and weaknesses. So try things out. Maybe you surprise yourself. I bet that there are some moves that you're stronger than you think. All right, we got just about 10 seconds left right here. 3, 2, come back to that march. I don't want you to completely stop moving. Let's not let those heart rates come all the way down. Let me tell you what we're doing for move number 1. Oh my gosh, I am quite the lady. We're starting off with one of the most challenging moves, I think. Let's just get it over with. All right, so I've got some really light weights nearby. You might find that you want to do this with no weights at all. We're going to extend arms out towards the side. We're going to have palms forward, down, back, and then back up. So just rotating through with those palms, 20 seconds at a time. Grab a quick sip of water right now if you want. This is one of those moves that, it might sound, that sounds easy, Jessica. Great. I hope that you think it still sounds and feels easy by the time we get to round 8. I'm going to start off with these 3-pounders, but I'm prepared to put them down completely and do your best. We start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. The arms out towards the side. Woo! So forward, down, back, and rotate through. Take a moment. You'll notice that I have my hands palms just about in line with those shoulders. Oh, and take your first break. Great. So I already feel a little bit of stress and tension through those shoulders. As we're doing this move, I want you to keep those feet planted. Here we go. So feet stay planted, core is drawn in, just rotating through nice and slow. Keep a slight little bend in your knees. Check in with what's happening with your back. If your weights are really heavy, if this is really tired, you might find that you're overarching your back. Relax. What does that mean? That means that you are sticking your glutes out. I want you to do your best to keep those shoulders stacked on top of your hips. Chest is lifted. Begin again. So upper body is activated. Shoulder blades are squeezed in towards each other. You're rotating through to get as much range of motion as you can. And remember, if you need to put the weights down completely, you can always put those weights down. Find one spot to focus your eyes, relax. If having your feet side by side does not feel right, you can also stagger your stance. But remember, we're trying to stay still here. Let's go again. So nice and quiet and controlled through the center line of the body, really warming up those shoulders. I turned the air conditioning off, and personally, I am already sweating. Here we go. Woo! Take a break. We're halfway through, everybody. Halfway through. Begin again. Arms up nice and wide. Slight bend in those knees, drawing in through the core. Remember, if you're starting to feel that back over arch, or if you need to take an extra second and relax your arms down, that's okay too. Come back into it as quickly as you can. Take a break. Ooh. Make sure you're coming out of this carefully with control. I'm using my biceps to blow my elbows back in towards the sides. Ready, set yourself up. Here we go. Slight bend of those knees, belly button towards spine. Just rotating those wrists, getting a nice little stress to the forearms, big stress to the shoulders. Take a break. So many of the moves in today's workouts are the kind of things that you need so you can be the boss that you are and carry all your groceries in one trip. Ready? Arms up nice and wide. I just came back from my first vacation in like 3 years with my family, and I am the beach Sherpa. So I wake up early and carry everyone's chairs and all of the coolers. Oh, awesome. Take a break. We got 2 more times through. Even if you're just working to keep that chest lifted and back activated with arms up, let's do it. Oh, actually, I think this is the last time. Last time. Then we'll relax the shoulders a teeny bit. I believe we have rows coming up next. Find that full range of motion. Woo, rotate those palms towards the back of the room. Oh, we made it. Wow. Wow. Take a moment. Give yourself a couple shoulder rolls again. If you want to grab a quick sip of water or the beverage of your choice, do it. Next up, we're going to, like I said, this is awesome. We're going to go for rows into a tricep extension. So I want you to grab your heavier weight. The main focus of this next move is the rows. The tricep extension is just to make sure we get a little bit of tricep work. All right, so taking a slight forward hinge, elbows draw back, but you can also think about the heads of your weights coming towards your hips, just to make sure that you're really getting that back engaged and not just pulling the weights up, shoulder blades squeeze towards each other, nice flat back, elbows drive high. So we're gonna do 2 right, 2 left, 2 together, 1 tricep extension. Let's talk through round 1, and then your pace will be dictated by the weights that you're using. I think my computer froze, but I hope that you can see me normally. All right, we start in 3, 2, 1. So right side, 2 rows on the right, 2 rows on the left, 2 rows together, stay up high, tricep extension. And then again, the right side, the left side, both together. Oh, ran out of time. All right, let's see if we can get through a little bit further on this next set. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So I'm going to start with the left side, right side, a little bit of both. And then, oops, I forgot tricep extension. I added an extra. I'm worth it. The more that you hinge forward, the more challenge you're going to feel. Great. Take a break. Take a break. Take a break. We start again in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So I'm alternating which arm I start with both times. Remember, the primary move here really is the row. The triceps are just for funsies because your row weight is presumably a little bit heavier than what might feel comfortable for your tricep extensions. Whoa, take a break. Next up, I think we've got a little bit of a back fly situation, so maybe a slightly lighter weight will be needed. Let's finish with those rows though. 2 and 2, and then 2 together into your tricep extension. Great. And in that tricep extension, if you want to rotate those palms up towards the ceiling, finding that rotation through your wrist, like we did in the first move, go for it. Take a break. I know. I'm slightly working through that break just to finish the set. 3, 2, 1. Hinge and begin. Belly button is still drawn back towards the spine because we got that hip hinge happening. Protect the back by engaging the core. And the heads of the weights are coming right by your hip. Awesome. Take your break. And remember, if you need to move slower or if you find yourself moving a little bit faster, as long as you're in control, begin. That's all that matters. I am guiding you through your workout. And remember, every day is different. Every day our bodies are different. You're just doing the best that you can for your body today. Check in with your neck. Make sure that you're not straining your neck. Take a break. So eye gaze might be down towards the floor or still towards the wall in front of you, maybe towards the bottom of the wall. But begin again. Hopefully you understand the move. You're no longer trying to strain through your neck to look at me, even though I'm amazing, I know. Awesome. Last 3, 2, 1. Take your break. We got one more round to go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Last time of this. We got one more standing move for today. And then we got 2 moves down on the floor that we get to finish out with. Maybe you challenge yourself to a little extra hinge here at the very end. We made it. Go ahead, put those weights down, shake it out, grab your quick sip of water. My water happens to have a little bit of coffee in it, and that's okay too. All right, so I'm switching my weights one more time for this last standing move. We're going for a back fly to front raise. I'm going to grab my 5-pounders, and we're going to do this fly kind of like a pyramid. So round 1, we're going to go for 1 fly, kind of low. Hands are going right behind you, arms are staying a little bit straight. And then you're going to stand up, a nice big front raise to overhead press. And you know what? Why not add in some triceps here? When you add in your triceps, try not to let those elbows go out really wide. Maybe even bring the heads of the weights together to keep those biceps framing by your ears. Then lower down in your front raise, hinge forward, and then we'll get 2 flies. And if that's confusing, maybe you just give yourself 2 or 3 or 4 flies, whatever feels right. Front raise, 1 tricep, and back in. We start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So getting hinge forward, 1 fly, press through your heels, stand up. Try not to use that press through my heels to get this front raise. And remember, arms can come together for your tricep extension. Control on the way down, hinge, and now back to that fly. All right, only had time to get 1 in on round 1, but hopefully now you understand the move. You feel good. Let's see if we can do 2 flies in round 2. Ready? Hinge and begin. Use that exhale. Press to your heels. Stand up. Find your controlled front raise, tricep extension. Carefully lower down into your hinge and find those flies. Take a break. Awesome. Next time I'm going to go for 3. 3 flies. Ready? Begin. 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Front raise into your tricep extension. So we're still giving a little bit of love to the triceps. Ooh, good squeeze. Nice. How did that round go for you? I know we're round 4 because I'm going to try and do 4 flies. Here we go. Hinge forward and begin. 4, 3, 2, 1. Press through your heels. Stand up. Front raise. Tricep extension. Carefully lower back down with control. Find your hinge. Can you get 4 in? I'm going to get this 4th one in and take a break. Awesome. Round 5. Now you can stick with 4, or you can try and join me to get 5 in. Here we go. So depending on the pace of your fly, you might only have time for flies as we finish up this exercise. Just like a moment ago when we were getting those rows, take a break. And make sure that you don't have an extra exaggeration in your neck when you hinge forward. So chin is neutral towards the chest. Ready for round 6? Here we go. 6, 5. If your weights are really heavy, you can have that slight bend in your elbow. 3, 2, 1. Really think too about your time under tension. So you're not dropping the weights right here. You're controlling on the way down. Take a break. And also from your fly, you're not just letting it drop down and collapse. You're still engaged. Here comes round 7. Hinge and begin. So I'm still controlling as the weights come back towards each other, not just letting momentum do the work. I think that was 7. Talking and moving is not my strong suit. We got one more round through, and then we get to hit the floor. Take a break. Are you going to join me and go for 8? Let's do it right now. Woo! This is the most intentional strength training. Yay, we did it that I've done in a week, and I'm feeling it. All right, we're going to get down on the floor. Get down on the floor for our last 2 moves. Grab that quick sip of water if you want to. Keep in mind that we are going to come on down, so just don't drink too much because I want you to keep that water down if you're enjoying some. All right, we're going to go for push-ups into a plank with rotation. If you can do your push-ups on your toes, that's great. I'm proud of you. I'm going to do my push-ups on my knees, and then I'm going to roll onto my toes. So giving myself that push-up, and then onto the toes, roll over, take a moment in your side plank, and then come on back through, and just alternating each side each time. So each time you push up, rotate to one side. Push up, rotate to the other side. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Begin. And if you need to stay on your knees the whole time, we'll demo one of those. You can stay on your knees the whole time. But if you can press yourself up onto your toes, even if it's just for a second, even if you just press yourself onto your toes and then release yourself back down onto your knees, take a break. Remember that with challenge comes change. So the more that you do right now, the more you challenge yourself in this moment, the more strength you're going to build. Round 2, push up, rotate to the side. And it all really just depends on how your body is feeling today. Maybe you hurt your shoulder. So you don't want to get your side plank in on your toes. Take a break. I'm going to take a nice child's pose during this break. Get ready, start to set yourself up and begin. What kind of push-up are you doing today? This is one more opportunity to get the triceps going. If you keep your elbows close by your side in your push-up, or maybe you're getting a little bit more of a wide push-up. Woo! I'm burning more into your shoulders. Take a break. Take a break, take a break. Take a moment off your wrists. Let's hit that halfway mark in 3, 2, 1. Begin. However you're moving today, I hope you're moving with that intention. Woo! Take a break. If you're starting to glow a little like me, please be careful on your mat. We got 4 more rounds starting right now. Are you taking a second and holding in your side plank? I sure hope so. Take a break. Oh my gosh. 1 minute of work to go from right now. 3, 2, 1. Remember, you can always change the move a little bit as you need to. So if that means staying on your knees, or if that means staying in tabletop for your push-up and just working on enjoying this range of motion and starting to activate your body, that's awesome too. If I have not offered the modification that works for you, let me know. Let's talk about it. Last 2 times. Woo! We got an ab move to finish. Take a break. One more round through of our push-ups with rotation, functionally working those shoulders. Our backs begin. Oh, I'm thinking about the amazing shower I'm going to treat myself to after this class. We made it to our last move. Great news. We get to lay down on our backs. I'm going to grab a sip of this ice cold coffee. Boy, it is hot in here. All right, we're going to work between 2 different moves for this last round, with one presumably feeling a little bit more challenging than the other. All right, so laying down on our back, we got some scissors kicks coming your way. And also, mostly just scissors, some more small scissors. All right, so remember, you can always place your thumbs between right under your bum. Think about keeping that low back glued down towards the floor. If you need to, you can drop one leg at a time. Let's actually start that way. Let's start with just dropping one leg at a time, and we'll work towards making this move a little bit more challenging. All right, in 3, 2, 1, begin. So just dropping one heel to the ground. However, if you feel your lower back is already lifting up off the floor, even with your thumbs under your bum, you can always bend your knees. Maybe you keep a slight bend in your knees and you're tapping your toe or you're tapping your heel. Take a break down towards the floor instead of a straight leg, because I want you to be smart for your body. Let's do that same thing one more time. Find what works for you. Find the most challenging thing you can do. So just drop in one leg and then the other right here for round 1. If you don't need your thumbs under your bum, maybe you have your arms out to the side, or you can make a delightful pillow with your hand. Remember, you're dropping those heels as low as feels good for you with lower back on the floor. Now let's change the move up. We're going to go for just a flutter kick. So it's still kind of like a scissor. You can flutter kick high, but as always, I encourage you to flutter as low as you can with that lower back still down on the floor. You can lift your head up if you want. Challenge a little bit more of the upper abs. Maybe even reach those hands forward. Take a break. Take a break. Take a break. We're going to do the same flutter kick one more time. Flutter kicks. Ready? Here we go. Remember, you can flutter high. Can you try and flutter low? You can flutter fast or you can flutter slow. You can take a quick break if you need to. And then you can jump right back into it. Oh, take a break. Instead of taking a break, though, maybe lift those legs up a little higher and continue with the motion. Back to our scissors kicks, big scissors. This time I'm going to try and pass each leg. So they're not meeting at the top. Ugh, they're passing in the middle. If that feels too much for you though, come back to meeting at the top and dropping one leg down and then the other. Otherwise, they're passing each other like two ships in the night. Oh, take a break. Same thing one more time. Last time of this big scissor. Here we go. Passing each other. Low back is on the floor. I'm thinking about that time under tension. Oh, I know it's harder if I move slowly for this one as opposed to moving really fast. Take a break because you got to really pull it into control to move slow. We're back to that flutter kick. Last two times. Ready? Begin. Keep that belly drawn back towards your spine. Rib cage knit towards itself. Oh, take a break. We got one more time. One more time. Last move of the day. Ready? Do it. Almost there. Almost there. Hello, lower abs. Oh, we made it. Take a moment, plant your feet on the floor, relax your lower back into the mat. Let's take 3 slow, beautiful breaths right here. Take a nice stretch through your lower back. So extend your arms out towards the side. Take a nice little spine twist right here. Drop your knees over to one side. Can you keep your opposite shoulder on the floor? Can you really work to try and stack those hips too? So maybe rolling a little bit more onto whichever direction your knees are pointing and still trying to keep that opposite shoulder down on the floor. Take 2 slow breaths. And then roll back through to center. Press into the soles of the feet, roll to the other side, spine twist in the opposite direction. We used a lot of our backs today in our rows, in our flies, even just in the hinge for those moves. And I'm sure you felt that lower back, maybe feeling a little bit strained in our very last move. Great upper body ab focused work for today, everyone. Take one more big breath. Roll onto your back one more time. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. Elbows stretch down towards your hips. Roll over, come on into tabletop. Let's show a little love to that upper body right here. In tabletop, push into your hands, palms, find that big separation of your back and your shoulders. Elbows are locked, arms are straight. And bring your chest forward, elbows are still locked, arms are straight, still pushing into the floor. Just manipulating our spines once more. Happy spine, happy life. So true. One more time. Awesome. Sit your glutes down on your heels. Inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down, interlace them behind your back. Stretch those knuckles down towards the floor. Open up your chest. Carefully release, cross one arm over the other, just alternating, crossing the arms, getting a nice stretch into that shoulder. Go ahead, stop on one side. Make sure you're not pressing directly on the elbow. You can press onto the forearm. You can press onto the tricep bicep, drawing that shoulder towards your chin. Open it up, find that nice cross, side to side. Let's go ahead and get the other side. Ooh, delightful big stretch into the shoulders. We're going to finish up with the big active stretch into the shoulders. So once again, place your hands down on the floor, spread your fingertips out nice and wide, tuck your toes under, and send your hips up towards the ceiling for some down dog. As you get there, push into your hands palms, lower belly comes closer towards your thighs. Take a moment, pedal through your heels, find that beautiful stretch. If you're joining me on a Monday, it feels so good to shake off any stress you might be feeling about this week. Take a moment while you're here to shake your head. Yes, yes, I am so glad I came. Shake your head. No, no, I cannot believe that we are done. Take a moment, back in your down dog. Walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Let's get that big stretch into our hamstrings. You can take as generous of a bend in your knees as you need to. And then slowly roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Great work. I hope you're feeling amazing. Feels good to be back exercising with you. Can't wait to see you all again throughout the week. Remember, as always, if you have any particular aches or pains, questions, or concerns, I'd love for you to reach out. Let me know what's going on with you. I'll create a class that works for your body today. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you soon.